Hey everybody, this is Andrew Bennett. I'm the Fortbin County Law Librarian, and these videos are going to be really designed to help you understand some of the resources that are available online, because obviously we're not open. As you can see, I am at my own house, and I hope very much that you are doing the same, and that you are healthy and doing the best you can to deal with this situation that we're all dealing with. So this video in particular, we're going to look at a lot of the resources that I mentioned on my stay-at-home legal resource guide. And so this first video, we're going to focus on a lot of the self-help resources that I mentioned on that resource guide. So we're going to look at a few of those real quick, okay? So to start, we're going to look at a lot of the resources that are on the right-hand side here, the state resources. And so a lot of these resources you can get to from home, and of course they're free. And so these are going to really help you, especially if you're trying to represent yourself. There's videos, there's forms, there's information that you can get access to really easily. So we're going to look at a bunch of those right now. And so the first one I'm going to look at is called a website called Texas Court Help. It is brought to you by Texas Legal Services Center, Lone Star Legal Aid, the Office of Court Administration, and the Texas Access to Justice Commission. And so this website, the goal of this website is to kind of get you orientated in the courts. And it's designed to provide really helpful informational videos for people that are trying to do that. And as you can see right up here where my mouse is, you can see that they have a bunch of different topics, including civil, criminal, traffic, and protective orders. So let's look real quickly at civil. And you can see it starts out right here at the beginning. So deciding whether you're going to represent yourself. So information on how to find a lawyer. Should I represent myself? How do I work with a lawyer? So there's really good information here. So if you do decide to represent yourself, then of course there's some simple information here on how to file a lawsuit, how to respond, and then going to court. And so these are really quick informational videos that can really get you orientated in the courthouse, and then where to go when you need additional information. You know, including traffic related issues. So like for instance, if you get pulled over and you get a traffic ticket, here's some simple guidelines to help you deal with that. As well as some criminal issues, especially, you know, it's with criminal cases, of course, you get appointed attorneys, especially if you can't afford one. And so here's some resources on how to find an attorney in that particular issue. Okay, so the next website I want to look at is going to be Texas Law Help, which if you've taken any of my classes, you know that I harp on this website all the time. It's one of the best Texas-related resources that are out there. And if you've taken my classes, you know that I've talked about a self-help kit before. And so what self-help kits are is they basically take you from beginning to end. So they're going to give you information, they're going to give you forms, they're going to give you mostly what you need to deal with a particular legal issue. And so a lot of the resources on this website, especially if you're dealing with civil family law issues, you're going to be able to find what you need on this website. So first, one of the couple things that I want to show you right off the bat on this website is, one, it does have a search screen. So you can go ahead and search for particular information here. However, I do recommend clicking on this orange drop-down menu, and from here you can really click on what you need. And so you can see all the different topics they got here. Some of them do overlap with the previous website we just looked at. However, they don't particularly focus on videos on this website. What this website has is a lot of general information, articles and stuff. Of course, they're all written by attorneys. And so you're really looking for two different types of information on this website. So you're looking for articles right here, which may include forms, but they most likely don't. And then here's that hammer and wrench that's really a toolkit, like that self-help kit that we were talking about if you've taken any of my classes. And so that is kind of the things you're looking for. And as you can see, they've got a lot of toolkits here. There's 3 of them here, and then here's some general information about various topics that you might need, depending on the case that you're interested in. Also, one of the best things on this website, of course, is their civil family law issues. And so if you're dealing with children especially, you've got adoption, divorce, whether with children or without, modification, paternity, general SAPCR, which is suit against the parent-child relationship. There's a lot of really good resources on this website that include, and if you click on one of these, I'm just going to click on the divorce without children, but it's going to describe what this, whether you qualify for this particular kit. So toolkit includes frequently asked questions, if you need help, and we're going to look at some of these in just a little bit. But right down here, frequently asked questions, okay? Can I file for divorce in Texas? Click on the drop down. There's a lot of really good information here. Obviously, you have to live in Texas for at least 6 months, and you have to live in your county for 90 days. So that's right here. It's also going to give you the code section that it comes out of. So this is really helpful information. Also down here, you can get your kits. There's some articles over here that are really good as well. But really what we're looking at here, we're looking at the forms, right? And so these forms are going to be really about as easy as you can get, fill in the blank style forms. And so let's click on one of the kits here. And I want to show you what this is like, okay? So you're going to download these forms. They're in PDF format. And this one's a pretty big one, so it's taking a little bit. But right off the bat, it's going to tell you whether this is the kit you need, right? So use these instructions and forms if. Make sure to read this section, because if you decide to represent yourself, you need to make sure that this is the proper set of forms that you're going to need. So make sure you kind of read through these instructions. Most of these packets, they're probably about 10 pages long, and they're going to take you step by step, okay? So make sure you read through these information, especially if you decide to represent yourself. Okay, so let's go back, and I do want to show you another section. I don't want to make this video too long here. Is that right here under legal help? This is the other section that I want to talk about on this website. So if you do decide that you get to a point that you need to have some advice of an attorney, there's a legal help finder here, legal clinic calendar, and it all does it right here in a really nice quick Google Calendar that you can see where all the legal clinics are and where they're scheduled. Now right now, of course, a lot of these are probably not ongoing, possibly because of COVID-19 concerns, but make sure to click on them, check the information, see if they are still having a particular clinic. Maybe they're doing it as a legal line now, so just kind of check through here if you decide you want to go this route. Another section they do have on this website is other helpful organizations. So they're going to talk about different federal and state bar associations, legal aids, things like that, government websites that are going to be extremely helpful. The last part I want to show you is that if you do qualify, they do have a low-income grant here. They will answer questions on a chat service, and you can jump on the chat and follow their qualification information. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions, but if you do qualify, they do have staffed attorneys that can answer questions for you on this website. Now, they are only available at certain times, as you can see, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2. So be aware about that, okay? So let's jump to the next website that I'm going to show you. And this website's the Texas State Law Library. And a couple things I want to show you on this website is, one, they've got a giant list of electronic databases that you can get from home. And let's look at the digital collection. It's over here on the left. And they have ebooks and databases that you can get access to from home. What you do need to do is sign up for a library account or a digital library card. Now that's free if you're a resident of Texas, but once you do that, you're going to have access to all of these ebooks. So let's just look at a few of them. Different topics here you can search for. Let's just do wills, estate, trust, and estate planning. But look at all these things: federal estate and gift taxation in a nutshell, different handbooks. Some of these I have at Fort Bend County Law Library. They also have some CLE information, so if you're an attorney and you need some CLEs to get access to, especially while you're going to be at home, that's something you can do from here as well. But another thing I want to look at on this website is they have a list of databases you can get access to. And some of them are going to be extremely helpful. They got Fastcase, Hine Online, Gale Virtual Reference Library. Now, some of these we have access through Fort Bend County Libraries as well, and we'll talk about that in our next video. But there's a lot of really good stuff, especially the ebooks on this website that I think will be extremely helpful for you. Now, to get a library account, just go here to About Us and get a library account. And you can do it right here, all online. You don't even have to leave your house. So it's all right here. All right, the last website I really want to look at here is our own website, actually. And so there's a lot of resources you can get access to from here. We have our databases and digital resources, like I said. The ones here that you can get access to from home, I'm going to do in the next video, probably next week. But you can get all the access here. All you need is our Fort Bend County Library card. So one of the ones, anyone that says view resource is either going to be an online website or it's going to be a database. And 3 of these I'm going to talk about in our next video. But let's look at some of the other things we've got here. Now, I've got my resource guides, including the one I showed you at the very beginning. But I have a lot of other resources on here. Let's just look at our family law resource guide. Now, some of these are books that you'd have to get access to once we reopen, but some of them are not. So like Family Law in a Nutshell, if you get a Texas State Law Library library account, you're going to have access to that. Some of these you can get access to through my Lexis Digital Library. Some of these are going to be online. Our Pro Se Handbook is actually, most of those forms are from Texas Law Help, so you're going to get access to that there. So there's plenty of things that you can get access to while we're not open. Okay. And the last thing I really want to show you on this website is our legal assistance resources. And so this is, kind of when you're in that position again where you need some legal advice and you're not really sure where to go. Our resource guide that we've started here, that we've had for a number of years now, but we recently updated it, is we've got, access to legal aid organizations, different websites. Again, here's Texas Court Help we talked about, the Attorney General if you've got a child support issue, the Earl Carl Institute, another legal aid organization, South Texas College of Law. So there's lots of really good resources on this 2-page form. And so we have plenty of things that you can get access to online while we're closed, because I don't want you to think that, we're all booked at the law library. A lot of people think that, and that's just simply not true. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you gain some insight on some of the other resources that we have access to online, and I'll look forward to talking to you again in our next video.